Hello everyone, this is Game Galaxy Zone, and welcome to my next Let's Play of Dark Souls, the 100% walkthrough Let's Play of Dark Souls. That's right, we're going to be doing a pretty much giant tutorial within this game of locations of where to go, how to get there, all the items, NPCs, bosses, and other specific stuff within the game. So first off, let me say, I am not a very good Dark Souls player, maybe. I think I'm pretty good at the game. I've already beaten it, and I've almost beaten New Game Plus already. And, so I'm gonna try my luck and do a 100% run of this game. There's one thing I will not be getting in this game so far, and that is the achievements to the game. I have not even gotten all the achievements yet. I really don't plan to. Including a lot of them, I don't even know what they are. So, we won't be doing the achievements, but we will be doing everything else the game has to offer, and let's begin our lovely, enjoyable, fun, raging, despair, god-awful Dark Souls run. Alright, so, I meant to click new game there. So first off, right on the beginning of the game, you get to choose who you want to play as, your name, everything else. I'll just leave it like that. So of course we have male and female characters. I'll just choose male. From here, this is where it pretty much gets started. So as you can see, each character you have, it tells you a little bit about what they have and their stats on the left side. So as you can see, each one has a different ability, and in this case, most people will start with Pyromancy because it is the most powerful in the game, to Deprived being the most weakest in the game, but some of the best stats right off the start. So, for this game, I'm going to be choosing exactly what I started as. I'm going to be choosing a knight, because I feel comfortable doing a run with that, and I might do a different run later with all the other characters. I'm not sure yet. Depends on how you guys want me to choose and get started with this. So I'm going to be choosing knight. Next we have gift options, and here's our pretty much first items of the game. So, I'll go down each one. We have Goddess Blessings, which are Divine Holy Water, fully restores HP and status. These are okay, but you do find them out in the world in general. Black Fire Bombs. They're a bit more explosive than normal, just fire bombs. But these aren't such a good start either, as you can find these throughout the world pretty easily as well. Twin Humanity. These will allow you to be, or restore humanity, allows you to be in human form if you die, and will allow you to summon NPCs to help you with fights. That's what humanity is for. Twin Humanity just gives you 2, as humanity just gives you 1. This I wouldn't start with either, unless you're doing a specific speedrun of the game. I would not start with the binoculars, as you will not use them pretty much in the game. A pendant trinket, no effect, but found memories confronting travelers. I actually have no idea what this does, and I'm not gonna find out either. The Master Key, one of probably the best items in the game. This allows you to pretty much open any door in the game straight off the beginning of the game, and it allows you to do so much so quickly. That's what I'm going to be starting with, but anyway, let's take a look at the other 2 items. We have the Tiny Beings Ring, and this is a special travel ring. HP slowly recovers when equipped. That, I believe, is a lie. I believe that it doesn't do that, it just increases your HP that you have. I could be wrong on that. I know I've seen some stuff where that does lie to you, but I don't remember. And the Old Witch's Ring, gift from a witch ancient ring with no obvious effect. I have yet to really figure out what this ring does, and I've actually had it before. I believe it's used for a specific fight later on in the game, but I've never figured it out. Anyway, for this run I'm going to be doing the Master Key, as it will help me get through most of the beginning areas of the game, especially for this Let's Play. So here we have physicals, which more or less change the different lengthiness of your body and whatnot. So I'm just gonna do slim. Now we have our face as well. And this allows us to choose from a whole bunch of different things, and I'll just keep it like that. Not really trying to make it too specific. Just making it good enough, I guess. And there we go. This is our character, so let's jump into the game and get started. Now, I'm going to be skipping most of the cutscenes, as if you've played the game, you already know what they are, but for purposes of my case, I'm not going to be showing off the cutscenes of the game. Welcome to Northern Undead Asylum. So this is where you first begin, and your first item gets thrown in here is the dungeon cell key. How nice. So more or less everything about this game is quite simple. Everything and anything is your enemy, and prepare to die, more or less. So I'm not going to go through any of the button layouts or controls or anything like that, because not really important for this Let's Play. Anyway, these things are read messages, and they're placed all over the game. If you're online, you get to see whose people's messages are, but in normal story mode, they, like an offline mode, pretty much are from the game, and the game can tell you a lot of things. These are mostly your attacks and stuff. So, of course, we got lock on, kill this guy. Which doesn't do too much damage. We have this thing over here. You get to find out who that boss is later. So yeah, mostly in the beginning of the game, you just kind of walk around just killing enemies and stuff. You don't have to, you can run past these enemies. But while I'm here, I might as well talk a little bit about some of the stuff that we're going to be seeing in the game. So, in this area, there's one boss, one NPC, one enemy, or no, there's a few enemies, and there is, I think, 4 or 5 different items. 6 different items, maybe 7 or 8. And we are going to try and get all the items of the game. I have never gotten all the items in the game. I know where most of them are, so that's going to make it quite simple. But I think it's going to be quite a nice run, and we'll go from there. Anyway, bonfire. If you rest at it, you restore HP, and if you have like Estus flasks or something, that'll restore those back up to full health as well. So, yeah. Anyway, and here is Misleading Boss. If you run in here and run straight up to this and read it, it says get away. Quite obvious. Run over here to your left, and you are now safe, as he cannot hit you through walls. Unless it was Dark Souls 2. Anyway, there's another bonfire down here. This one's really pointless. You don't really need to light it, so you can kind of just run. Anyway, watch out for this guy. He can shoot you. If anything, just run over to this room if you're having a problem. And pick up your first shield in the game. And equip that. So now we got a shield. That's good. It's actually a pretty good shield for the beginning of the game. And we'll run up here and get a broadsword. Yes, I already knew what that was. Oops. Sorry. Unequip that. And put on the broadsword. There we go. So having troubles there. And now you can see that we do a lot more damage. So these white fog doors are going to appear all over the game. Some will take you to bosses, others just take you to literally pointless areas. Anyway, we need to get in here, and the only way to do that is there's a giant rock or boulder up here, which will fall, so if you fall down along the side, not getting hit by it, this crash is open, and here's our first NPC of the game. He more or less tells you that he's gonna die. Say yes to his decisions, and he'll give you Estus Flask. Honestly, you don't have to talk to him. You can literally kill him and you'll still get the same rewards, and will not get penalized for that. Anyway, if we come down these stairs and open up this door right here, this will lead you right back out to this bonfire. And then if you felt like taking on the boss again, be my guess, but it's not really worth it just at the said moment in time. Anyway, walk up here, shield, kill this guy. And you need the key from that guy to open up this door. Door. And watch a lot of these enemies. Especially that one with the arrows back there. So just wait for those two enemies to pop back out, get up here, slice him, good to go. Anyway, before you go through that fog door, walk into this other room over here, and there's going to be a bit of a stronger enemy, and the idea is to more or less wait for him to attack, get up, and try and backstab him. This makes things a lot easier, and they'll die pretty quickly. Anyway, this door over here cannot be opened. There is an item in here, but we can't get it right off the start. A lot of the items and stuff require certain passages to be opened, and a lot of areas will have to come back in the game to get, as we cannot get them right now. So at the moment, let's just jump down, or go through this fog door, and as you can see, there's the boss. You don't want to fall down, hold RB, and do a metric crud ton of damage to him, and at this point, get behind him. The safest spot for this boss is literally right behind him, and you should be good. Of course, I'm actually having a little bit of a difficult time here because he's boxing me into the corner. Watch out for that attack. If you're low on HP, use an Estus to reheal. Keep backing up behind him until you get about here, and just wail on him. I'm actually having quite a lot of trouble with this, surprisingly. But just try to keep behind him as best as you can, without getting hit, and you should pretty much be good. This boss is pretty easy, so you shouldn't be having too much trouble. So as long as you shield, you should pretty much be fine. I actually had a little bit of difficult time there, surprisingly. I usually don't have too much trouble with this boss, but for some reason he was just not wanting me to get behind him this time. Anyway, we do that, we get the key that he has to open up that door. We can then run up these steps. But before you go too far, I believe there is an item around here somewhere that we can pick up and use. Also, there's another NPC right here.
You, give me warm, give me soft.
This is Snuggy the Crow, and later on we can trade items to him to get better items, and it's quite useful. Only gives you one item though, so unfortunately there isn't a whole lot we can do. But there is at least enough to where we can get some pretty nice stuff. Anyway, it doesn't look like there's anything else around, so we're just going to jump up here and trigger this cutscene. We're going to skip this cutscene. And this will take us to Firelink Shrine. This is basically the main overworld here. This is where you're going to be at most of the time during the game. And this is more or less the center point area. So I'm going to be doing more or less walkthroughs of each area. I'm not going to go through all together as like a Let's Play where I just stop at a specific part and pick up wherever I left off. In this game, I am going to be doing specific areas. So that was the Northern Undead Asylum. We will be going back there at some point to pick up the remaining items, but as of right now, we are done there and will not be able to get back for a little while. So, in the next episode, we are going to be looking around Firelink Shrine for the items and more or less areas that you can visit along Firelink. Before I do that, obviously it told you that if you rest at a bonfire, you can either do the following. Leave, level up, kindle, or reverse hollow. Reverse hollowing is what allows you to go back to being human. Unfortunately, you need humanity to do that. That little counter up at the top left corner of the screen with the 00 in front of it is your humanity counter. If you have humanity, you can use it to reverse hollow, which allows you to become human, which allows you to summon NPCs for boss fights or whatnot. Kindling strengthens the bonfire, which allows you to hold more Estus Flask. However, you can only hold up to a limit of 15 at the moment, I think. It might be 10. It's not until later on in the game that you can hold up to more after beating a specific boss. And of course, leveling up, all the enemies that you face give you souls, which allow you in terms to level up anything in here. So, one of the biggest things that we're going to be leveling up are these four here. Vitality, Endurance, Strength, and Dexterity. These are one of the four main components for a knight that you're going to want to level up, as they have lots of weapons that are going to be very strong and dexterity and strength worthy later on in the game. So, right now I'm going to put my points in strength. I'm going to put my points in to endurance, and that's where we'll keep that at. So as you can see, as we level up, we can now do a bit more damage, not a whole lot, and our endurance went up as well. So, we'll leave it off right here. On the next episode, we will continue on and finish, or more or less start looking around Firelink Shrine. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you